Hello and welcome to Theme Park Information. In today's show we've got a review for Fantasy Island, located all the way up in Skegness in the northern part of the UK. Don't worry, it's miles out the way if you don't know where it is. But anyway, let's get into the review. But first, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more content. And yeah, let's get back to it. So this is a park which I will be honest, I think splits very nicely into two. The extremely good and the really poor. Very much a Jekyll and Hyde park. So we're going to start with what I enjoyed first, because there was stuff that I really liked. I thought that Millennium was a really fun, enjoyable ride. I'm going to actually have a separate review on that at a later date. I thought that the spinning racer ride was actually really exceptionally good fun. Just despite it pretty much being opened only a few weeks before I went, really, really good ride. I hope they keep it. I appreciate it. It's potentially there temporarily, but it was a hell of a lot of fun. I thought the staff at the park were extremely good. They were actually really entertaining, engaging, helpful, and quite funny. And generally very easy to talk to. I actually quite like the layout and setup of the park. I think it's works really nice, where you can come and go as you please. Effectively, your ticket system just pays for the ride. I thought the affordability of the park was really good. So it was the wristband we got was about £20. And that included everything all day, which was great fun. Like seeing this, for 40 quid, me and my friend went, and for that was just slightly more than we paid for one of us to go to Ponce Park like the week earlier. I actually thought the park looked a lot better than I thought it was, especially what I describe as the theme park section of it, with where all the roller coasters are. That bit was actually quite cool. And then we kind of run out of things. Now, in fairness, there are a little bit of intermediate factors which aren't necessarily good or bad for the park, but were irritating. So, for example, Odyssey was closed when I was there, which is like their signature ride, a suspended Vekoma SLC, which sounds awful. It actually has a completely an original layout, and the entire indoor section with the crazy golf and stuff that was shut as well. That's just generally down to COVID restrictions and stuff like that in the UK. So there is scope for the park to improve further still, is what I'd look at it as, with those two things. Now let's get on to the negatives. I will be honest, there was a few negatives. Mainly, I thought the log flume was terrible. Just really dated, really poorly designed, laid out, and just generally a massive non-event. I'd highly recommend just giving it a miss. And I love log flumes normally, so it's a bit of a shame. I am not a huge fan of there being a market within, or described as within the park. Underneath effectively Odyssey and Millennium. It would be cool if it sold really interesting and unique things, and some of the shops do, in fairness. But for the most part, it's just effectively, I'm just describe it as imitation materials. And I think if it was anywhere other than a small seaside town in the UK, it would probably be massively picked up by these major companies. But not a huge fan of that. I was also not a huge fan with some of the where certain things were placed. Like, for example, there was this massive cylinder thing out the front of the park. It's like, what the hell is that? Why is it there? Why is it facing the car park and pretty much where all the roller coasters are? Why not put it somewhere else, or enclose it, or paint it at least and make it look presentable? There's just quite a lot of junk. I'm going to describe it as junk. It was probably really useful, but it just looks like junk to your normal average person, just all around the outskirts of the park in this particular area, which wasn't great. Not bad, just not great. And I also will be honest, there's a horrible temporary feel to some of it. As I said, the spinning racer coaster was amazing, really good, one of the highlights of the day. However, the fact that it might not be there that long is just really just typical of the park. It just has this feeling of things being changed and moved out, which can be good, but also is a bit worrying. I mean, there was a bit for the racer where one of the staircases was being supported by 3 bits of wood on the exit ramp, which was great. My friend did snag a little picture of that, which was very, very interesting. Not something you want to see while boarding the roller coaster, I don't think, but it was all fun and games, in fairness. It's a really weird park because for the most part I had a good day. I think I'd had a better day if everything was open and normal. It was actually it was pretty sunny, pretty nice weather for that neck of the woods as well. So that did help. It's just a park which is really difficult to judge. It's really difficult to give any sort of score to, because it was probably like a 6 out of 10. But I could see it being better. I could see it being one of these parks which has good days and bad days. But I would actually say it might be worth going, especially if you're going, that sort of, if you're going to go that, towards like somewhere like Flamingo Land or stuff like that, then yeah, probably worth it. But overall, I'm pretty happy I went, if I was being honest with you. It was probably worth the trip, just for spinning race, in fairness. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more content, and I'll catch you on the next one.